Rosie O'Donnell just said something that no one was expecting her to say out loud. The real reason Ellen fled from the US and ended her show is much darker than what you might think. And once you connect all the dots, everything starts to make sense. Ellen's executive producer, Twitch, and her ex-girlfriend, Chai, both died under mysterious circumstances less than 6 months after the Ellen show ended. And allegedly, Ellen was involved.
I have an understanding of the cycle of show business and kind of what happens in people's careers and when enough is enough. And oftentimes people don't know that. I think I have a good balance of both in my life, of the importance of both. And it's hard to maintain. It's hard to do, especially when you're doing a show like that. But, I don't think it was the be kind thing that got her. I think that's simplification, but it was a lot of things and it was complicated. And I'm glad that she's, going to be finished and she can get some time, to herself to just, it's a huge kind of strange, thing to be on a show like that and have all that attention on you. And she had it for like 19 years. So
Rosie O'Donnell and Ellen DeGeneres were best friends for years, with Ellen even coming out on her show back in 1996, but now they barely talk. Rosie is now pulling back the curtain on exactly what happened between her and Ellen and why she decided to step away from the public spotlight. The Ellen DeGeneres show went on for more than 20 years, but Rosie was reportedly never invited. In May of 2022, Ellen's 20-year run came to an end after reports surfaced about a toxic work environment involving her employees. Ellen ended her show, and 2 months later, her ex-girlfriend and Hetchy sadly ended up dying in a car crash. In December of that same year, Stephen Twitch boss also tragically died by suicide.
Ellen DeGeneres is speaking out about reports of workplace mistreatment in a letter to her staff. The talk show host shared her initial reaction to the allegations from current and former employees and revealed what actions are being taken to improve company culture. Ellen said she was disappointed to learn about the claims in a recent BuzzFeed article, citing the show's enormous growth over the years and her increased reliance on people to do their jobs as they knew I'd want them done. She went on to acknowledge that clearly some didn't.
I don't think you achieve anything by bullying people.
In a statement to ET, Warner Brothers, the studio behind Ellen's show, claims they have interviewed dozens of current and former employees in the wake of these allegations. They say that during their investigation, it was revealed that there were some deficiencies related to the show's day-to-day management. And that moving forward, the studio and Ellen are committed to creating a workplace based on respect and inclusion.
I stay grateful and I try to stay humble, and I think that I pay attention to what is important and what is real.
These misconduct allegations stem from a BuzzFeed article that was published last week, which included anonymous accounts from a dozen former and one current employee.
2 months after The Ellen Show ended, Stephen Twitch boss, executive producer of The Ellen Show, committed and left a note. Several investigative journalists have said that in this note, Stephen pointed at Ellen as being the cause of his death. Even Stephen's wife said that he was incredibly stressed about something that happened on the show, and that stress is what caused him to take such a horrifying step.
We're learning more tonight about the tragic side of Stephen Twitch boss and the detailed steps he took to hide his plans. TMZ is reporting when Twitch left his home the day before his he took an Uber to a motel about a mile away. At the motel, he switched his phone to airplane mode so no one could reach him. The motel manager says he checked in under his own name and never left his room. We also now know that Twitch left a suicide note. Details have not been made public, but TMZ reports the note alluded to challenges Twitch had faced in the past. Entertainer Tyler Perry knows firsthand what that is like.
I want to take you back to a time in my life where I tried to commit suicide a couple of times because it was so dark. I thought the only way to make this better, this pain go away, is stay in my life. Had any of those attempts happened, I would have missed the best part.
Some sources claimed that Twitch saw something behind the scenes that he wasn't supposed to see, and that's what got him. Twitch's wife, Allison Holker, revealed that Twitch left her a note before his death. In this note, Twitch talked about the pressure Ellen was putting on him. Allegedly, Ellen wanted Twitch to help her clean her image and say that all the workplace allegations against her were false. Fans trusted Twitch, and Ellen wanted to take advantage of this trust. Twitch knew everything that was happening on The Ellen Show, and Ellen wanted to silence him.
On the morning of Tuesday, December 12, Twitch packed a small bag with only a change of clothes and his handgun, slipped out of his house without telling Allison, turned his phone to airplane mode so he couldn't be tracked, and took an Uber to the Oak Tree Inn, a dreary two-story motel in a hacienda-style building on heavily trafficked Ventura Boulevard, just a mile from his house, and paid $107 to reserve a room for a single night. Twitch made his way down to room 249 and let himself in. Allison reported to police that Twitch was missing shortly after he had left the house, noting with particular worry that she couldn't reach him by phone, and he had not taken his car with him when he left, two things that she said were very much out of character for him.
Because there were no details about Twitch's death, people just rushed to fill that void. This was at the time when Ellen had built this edifice as the nicest person on television. She would have YouTube stars, and all of a sudden that edifice was crumbling.
The news about Ellen created a wave of online criticism at the time, including some directed at Twitch.
As for exactly what can go on behind closed doors in Hollywood, Rosie O'Donnell once recounted a story about how Bill Cosby had been invited to her show and allegedly began acting inappropriately toward the producers. His behavior was brushed under the rug because Hollywood is often used to it. Sexual misconduct is widely considered rampant in Hollywood and at times even quietly ignored. Several child actors have claimed that they were taken advantage of when they first stepped into the industry. These actors were often forced to be intimate with executives and film directors. If you wanted a role, you had to show you were willing to do whatever the director or producer wanted you to do.
Hollywood managers who manage kids, it's a racket, man.
Did you hear that kid from
They're
Strange?
just grooming these kids, dude.
That kid
grooming
from
them
Strange Things?
to suck dick.
Stranger Things. He just left his manager, and they're alleging sex abuse. They just left their agent. See if you can find that. Owen Benjamin,
the curly-haired kid. Oh, yeah.
And Owen Benjamin just put it on his Instagram today because Owen has been taking a lot of heat online because he said that a 3-year-old kid shouldn't be fucking transgender, and people giving him a hard time saying he's a bigot. Like, are you out of your fucking mind?
What's up with this transgender?
Stranger Things actor dropped agent because of accused of assault. Disney star follows suit. Jesus Christ. This is nuts,
Watch
man.
an Open Secret, and they go through, dude, they pick, they're accusing people. It's for free, I think, on Vimeo.
Yeah, you
can watch it for free. An Open Secret.
Just on YouTube or something?
On Vimeo.
You know what Sturgill Simpson told me? He said the same thing exists in music.
What?
He said in music there's a bunch of pedos and pederasts
For sure.
in music as well.
The entertainment business all the way through. Music. This was about. This is about music and movies and TV. It's about the whole entertainment business.
Women and kids.
Mostly kids.
And sometimes dudes. You know, Terry Crews said that he was attacked. Well, not attacked. Some dude grabbed his dick.
In front of his wife.
Some famous dude grabbed his.
Justin Bieber's name comes up every time the topic of the mistreatment of child actors is widely discussed. Justin's reported 48-hour party with Sean Combs and the constant harassment he faced at the hands of creeps was described as horrifying. And rather than trying to help them out, Ellen DeGeneres laughed at him during an interview. This is how she reacted to a teenager's privacy being attacked 17 different times. And in her own words, Ellen said that she knew what Diddy was doing at his after-parties, according to past clips. The timing of Ellen's leaving the U.S. has also been discussed alongside Diddy's arrest timeline. In 2024, a month after the Federal Bureau of Investigation raided Diddy's Miami mansion, Ellen reportedly announced that she was leaving the U.S. and moved to the U.K. with her wife.
Is that going to be a new thing? Are you going to try to be early?
Yes, I'm trying to be early.
Are you going to be early for my party?
Yes, I am. No.
No.
You know I have to arrive fashionably late.
All right. Not too late, though.
Not too late?
Not too late, please.
What time would you like me there?
I'll tell you later.
Okay.
But not too late. Because, you know, once you get there, the party really starts.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I got you. I promise you I'm not going to let you down on this big one.
All right,
For
good.
real.
Good.
Your shoes, your feet are going to have blisters. You're going to be dancing so hard.
I can't wait.
Simply moving to the UK isn't that suspicious, but the timing itself raises questions. The way Ellen DeGeneres completely changed her appearance and how she stepped away from the public spotlight do make you think. To make matters even worse, Ellen recently announced that she's planning to come back again. And believe it or not, This announcement came after Sean Combs reportedly filed for early release.
She sounded so sincere, didn't she?
Very
she could
sincere.
Virtually choke on her words. But the best one for me is Ellen DeGeneres, who is, by the way, a very nasty person. I've had dealings with her in Australia. Could I tell you some stories about that cow? But anyway, good riddance to her. But she was quite friendly with that P. Diddy bloke, wasn't she?
Well, this is why I say release the Diddy files.
Yeah.
Release the Diddy files. Come on, Donald Trump. We want to know whose name.
So maybe she's hightailing out of there before all that is thrown at her as well. But what a bunch of hypocrites.
Ellen DeGeneres and her wife, Portia de Rossi, have reportedly fled the US, bound for the UK, after Donald Trump's landslide victory. Numerous publications are reporting the couple have left the United States permanently. There are also reports the couple have put their Montecito mansion on the market. Entertainment publication The Wrap has the exclusive story and said Ellen DeGeneres and wife Portia de Rossi have moved to rural England, put their Montecito estate on the market and plan to never return to the United States, telling friends the election of Donald Trump was their primary motivation. Ellen DeGeneres has been a vocal Trump critic, so the move doesn't come as a surprise to most.
Some critics have pointed out Ellen DeGeneres' controversial behavior over the years, including discussions around stem cell treatments. In an episode of her show, Ellen spoke about beauty routines used by celebrities to maintain a youthful appearance. Reports online have also speculated about Ellen's changed appearance after she stepped away from the spotlight, especially following events connected to Sean Combs. In an episode with Sandra Bullock, Ellen and Sandra discussed unusual skincare treatments in a lighthearted way, though many claims circulating online about extreme practices remain unverified speculation.
Let's talk about this facial that you're obsessed with. How many did you get the whole cast of Ocean's 8 to do
Not
this?
everybody.
Okay, good, smart ones.
Just those that I thought would appreciate it.
Okay, explain what it is.
Well, it's this way in which one forces through microneedling. It's like a little roller with these, I think many of you know it, and it pushes through the skin and ruptures the collagen and then boosts it. You look like a burn victim for a day, but then it pushes the
What are you pushing into the skin, Sandra?
Sarah?
Carrie? What are you pushing into the skin?
Well, you push in whatever the facialist would like to insert into your pores.
But what is it?
It is an extraction from a piece of skin that came from a young person far, far away, and they somehow figured out how to extract.
It's foreskin from a Korean baby.
Plus, who can forget the rumors about Ellen DeGeneres' alleged connections to Jeffrey Epstein? Some fans have speculated that parts of Ellen's show set looked unusual or symbolic, though there's no confirmed evidence supporting those claims. While we're on the topic of strange moments, some online sources have also pointed to odd symbolism in a few of Ellen's videos. In March 2020, right when COVID lockdowns began, Ellen posted a bizarre video wearing a hoodie with a red face design. A similar design was later noticed on clothing worn by Jay-Z, which only fueled more online speculation, even though nothing has been officially confirmed.
Symbolism will be their downfall. Or is it just art? And let me be the first to tell you, it's all connected. I mean, if you know, you know. But first, let's go back to that video of Ellen DeGeneres. When the camera turns, you can see the inside of her house. Now, see that picture right there? Well, if you pause it and look it up, it says evil thoughts with revenge right next to it. Here's another picture of Ellen in her house, and this is the picture behind her. Now, the thing I'm curious about is the letters on top of the picture. These look oddly similar to the letters Marina Abramovich writes out when she does spirit cooking. Remember the beginning of the video? It's all connected. And that person that was in all red is Lady Gaga, and she went to Marina Abramovich many times for teaching. But let's continue. This is another picture of Ellen in her home. She's cutting her mother's hair, but what is that picture above her head?
Look at it.
Oh, well, you know where that is too, right? It's a similar image to that, right?
No.
I know Jamie does.
What is it?
It's on the set of a famous talk show that's now not on anymore.
Oh, Ellen? Was that Ellen?
Yeah.
Really?
Just look at the temple and then look at the...
Let me see Ellen's background. What?
Ellen DeGeneres' entire public image was carefully crafted over time. And once her fans found out what kind of person she was reported to be, she lost a lot of support. Joe Rogan actually said he saw it coming years ago. He mentioned that Ellen's personality sometimes felt forced, like she was wearing a mask. Rosie O'Donnell was among the first to openly criticize her. Ellen's nice, public persona was seen by some critics as something that could eventually face backlash.
It's so weird when you see, like, a lot of people saying that someone who seems so nice is not nice at all.
She doesn't seem nice, but that's people have a very poor judge of character. She doesn't seem nice. It seems forced. People that are like that all the time, she doesn't seem nice. It's very forced. And whatever, you're allowed to be a bitch, right? You're allowed to be a bitch. You're allowed to be nasty to people. You're accomplished. You're a comedian. You did the whole thing. What you're not allowed to do is have a Guantanamo Bay situation in the backstage of your show where everybody's walking around afraid for their life, and it's like Abu Ghraib where they're hooked up to wires and they
dogs
have like
around them.
Yeah, she's got dogs and hoods. If an intern's late, they have a hood on. I don't support that. That's just me.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I thought of you when Ellen DeGeneres went through her thing, and she goes, "My advice to everybody is, if you're going to be known as something, being known as the be kind lady is probably going to bite you in the ass." And I wondered what that whole queen of nice.
Yeah,
I
that
remember
did bite
thinking,
me in the ass. Yeah.
Did you think it bit you in the ass? I wasn't aware of that. But
Not in the way that Ellen's talking about, I think. But, I said the day it came out, look at this, the queen of nice. In a couple of years, it's going to be the queen of lice, the queen of fried rice, the queen of we don't like her anymore.
Ellen DeGeneres isn't the only public figure in Hollywood who has faced criticism about the difference between public image and private behavior. On the surface, many celebrities present themselves as extremely friendly and approachable, but critics and commentators argue that reality can sometimes feel different behind the scenes. Joe Rogan has also spoken in general terms about Hollywood culture, suggesting that some people in the entertainment industry can come across as dismissive or hierarchical in how they treat others.
There's an arrogance that some stars had, like particularly in the 90s. When I first came to Hollywood, and this is like really evident for me because I was not a star, but I was on a television show. So I got to be around a lot of stars. And there was a way that some of them would treat you. They would let you know that you are subhuman. You are below them. They would communicate with you in the most disrespectful and dismissive ways, like weird, like mousy guys that I could kill, like instantly, and they would just be rude to you in a really weird way because they had power. And then when an executive would come over, they would turn on the charm. They'd be smiling and laughing, and then you would talk to them at the craft service, and they would dismiss you in the shittiest ways. I encountered a bunch of that.
Yeah.
It was commonplace, and it was, I think, a thing that they aspired to.
Ellen DeGeneres has faced public criticism over the years regarding the contrast between her on-screen image and workplace culture allegations. In 2020, a BuzzFeed News investigation included testimonies from former employees of The Ellen DeGeneres Show who described the workplace as toxic, with claims of racism, fear, and intimidation from senior producers. Some former staff members also said they were discouraged from directly interacting with Ellen, while others alleged they were dismissed after taking medical or bereavement leave. Rosie O'Donnell has also spoken about her past friendship with Ellen, suggesting their relationship changed over time as Ellen's career grew.
Couldn't believe it.
Why did she say that?
I don't know, because I have photos of her holding my newborn babies. I knew her for 30 years. Like, I don't know, Rosie, we're not friends. It was so upsetting to me that I had T-shirts made. I don't know, Rosie, we're not friends. And I gave them out to my staff because it was very painful. And, we've never sort of gotten over it.
Did she ever reach out to you to explain it or what her thinking was, or?
No.
I mean, I'm not the first person to say this, but she's a strange creature.
Well, we're not similar. I can say that for sure. We're not emotionally similar.
No.
And I was never asked to go on her show. When I was, it was long after they had been on for many years. And she had the same staff as my show, the same producers, the same everything. And now I don't blame her for doing that. I didn't create the genre of a Merv Griffin, Mike Douglas talk show. This was what I grew up watching. But I did think that she was all of a sudden in the position I was in, where she was starting a show and wanted it to be successful and get the money and the accolades that came with it. And instead of deciding to stand next to me and hold my hand, which is what I did to her, she did the opposite. And I couldn't believe it. I couldn't believe it.
By far one of the most widely discussed topics involving Ellen DeGeneres is the public reaction surrounding the death of Anne Heche, who was previously in a relationship with Ellen. Some online sources and commentators have linked Anne Heche's passing to broader speculation about Hollywood controversies, including timelines involving other tragic events. However, there is no verified evidence that Anne Heche was working on any expose about Ellen, or that her death is connected to any external influence. Both deaths are officially treated as separate tragic incidents, and claims suggesting otherwise remain in proven speculation circulating online.
Anne Heche gets in this accident, and I'm bereft. Now, how did I know her? She did my show twice, and she and Ellen came to my home in Miami and swam in my pool, and we had lunch once. So
Right.
I knew her, not really well, but in the celebrity vernacular, and that she was with Ellen for a while, and then how her career suffered, and her book, Call Me Crazy. There was a horribly, horribly tragic child abuse in that family, and I've always sort of felt sorry for her. So when she's dying and when that all happens, I'm legitimately bereft in a way that maybe surprised me. I'd wake up in the morning and think, oh my God, something's wrong. Oh, Anne Heche is in a coma. Like, it was obsessive to me. So she died tragically.
In May 2002, the Ellen DeGeneres show was canceled, and then 2 months later, Anne Heche, Ellen's ex-girlfriend, was in a really bad car accident where she flew her Mini Cooper into someone's house and it caught fire. And what has never sat right with me is the cross comparison between the coroner's report and the actual aerial footage. The coroner's report says that she was unconscious until her death, after just from smoke inhalation and from being brain dead from the fumes in her brain. But if you look at the footage, she sits straight up, and that takes a conscious effort, I feel. But I'm not a scientist. I'm not a doctor. But the other thing is her other host, her co-host Twitch, died 4 months after that. And I just think that that's a suspicious amount of close people around you dying in weird ways.
No one can ever really know exactly what Ellen was involved with since both Twitch and Anne Heche died. But here's the thing. The rest of Hollywood is just as bad. Joe Rogan spoke out about allegations and patterns of and predation in the entertainment industry and how common be among child actors and young performers. Almost a decade later, after the truth about Diddy and Harvey Weinstein came out, it was all proven to be true.
Don't let your kids be around weird agents and take them to auditions.
No, don't let your kids get into acting. Do not let your kids get into
Has
that.
it ever worked out?
Well, the other thing is, look at what happened with that Sandusky guy. That guy was taking care of kids. His whole thing was hey, I do charitable work with children. I do charitable work and I take care of these kids.
Camp.
Yeah, I'm just all about helping kids. It's all about helping kids. They're our future. If you're an actress and you worked with Harvey Weinstein, you never tried to get
hit on
you? What is wrong with me?
Well,
Am
you
I
ugly.
fat?
Yeah, you ugly.
What is wrong with my face?
They're really going after him. That seems weird.
It doesn't seem weird, dude. Look at
Hell
all the
yeah, they're
people.
going after
that
him.
guy's entire business. Here's the thing. He's one of many. There's got to be a bunch of people that ran their business that way.
But Weinstein, they say in Hollywood, my agent's oh no, yeah, it's about time he got caught. I'm what the f? Everyone knew this?
Dude, they had
everyone knew.
Did you see his contract? It was in his contract. The way he had his contract set up was they had a certain amount of money that he would have to pay if he had a claim against him. It was it
was a thing for him.
Yes. He had so many claims. That's first offense was $100,000. Second offense was $250,000. Third offense was $750,000. Fourth offense was $1 million. He had it written into his contract with Miramax. His contract with the Weinstein Company.
He owned Miramax, right?
I don't know. Explain that contract. He'd have to pay $100,000.
Yes. They're protecting themselves.
Oh, when they sign
harassment.
When they sign him, they go, okay, the first time you with one of these goods, it's going to be $100,000.
Yes.
Second time, it's $200,000.
It's not just Yes, I mean it was.
That's
so,
how big of a problem it
yes, it was such a huge. It was so known of what he would do, and look, even Quentin Tarantino said that he did it to his ex-girlfriend.
Here's the real question. How many others in Hollywood are hiding behind the same nice public image? Because according to Joe Rogan, this isn't just about one person, it's about a larger system of power, influence, and perception in the entertainment industry. If you made it this far, you already know this story goes way deeper than what the media often shows on the surface. So hit subscribe, because the next video breaks down another case that raises even more questions. And trust me, you don't want to miss it.